Fuhrer Ugly was originally an ugly human who turned into a monster due to his deep-seated hatred and jealousy of attractive people. This resentment made him a cruel and sadistic being who enjoyed humiliating his opponents. He fought against powerful heroes like Super Alloy Darkshine, Atomic Samurai, and Bang, injuring many of them with his acid-coated attacks. However, his arrogance and growing aggression led to conflict with fellow monsters like Black Sperm and Golden Sperm, who eventually turned against him. Fuhrer Ugly met his end at the hands of Garou during the battle at the Monster Association headquarters. After surviving multiple fights, he saw Bang lying defeated and prepared to kill him with the final attack. However, before he could strike, Garou, now much stronger, intervened. Moving at incredible speed, Garou landed a devastating kick that pierced straight through Fuhrer Ugly's body. The injury was fatal, and Fuhrer Ugly, shocked and helpless, began melting away due to his own acidic mutation. His body disintegrated completely. Boros. Boros was the leader of the Dark Matter Thieves, a powerful space pirate group that traveled across the universe conquering planets. He was one of the strongest villains in One Punch Man. Like Saitama, he had become too powerful and could no longer find a worthy opponent, leading him to Earth in search of a real fight. Boros was a tall, Cyclops-like alien with light pink, spiky hair and a single large eye. He wore restraining armor to control his overwhelming power. When this armor was broken, his true power was revealed, and he transformed into a more monstrous form with exposed muscles and energy markings on his body. In battle, Boros was faster and stronger than any other enemy Saitama had faced at that point. He could also fire massive energy blasts capable of destroying entire cities. Boros moved at incredible speeds, even managing to kick Saitama to the moon. However, despite his overwhelming power, he was no match for Saitama's serious punch, which completely destroyed his body and left him unable to regenerate. Though Boros lost, he was satisfied to experience a real battle before his death. Gums. Gums was a massive, gluttonous creature with an enormous mouth, capable of swallowing large enemies whole. Gums had no visible facial features other than its huge jaws, and it appeared to have little intelligence beyond its insatiable hunger. Gums fought against the S-class hero Pig God, a fellow glutton, and nearly overpowered him in battle. Gums also ambushed Tanktop Master. Though Pig God attempted to save Tanktop Master multiple times, Gums remained relentless, showing anger when its meals were interrupted. Even when Bang and Genos attacked it, Gums recovered quickly thanks to its regeneration. When someone stops it from eating or makes it wait, Gums gets very angry. This happened when Pig God saved Tanktop Master from its mouth and when Bang made it spit out Genos. It got so mad that it even tried to eat its own teammate, Fuhrer Ugly. However, this decision led to its downfall. Fuhrer Ugly tore through Gums from the inside, ripping it apart. With its body destroyed beyond its ability to regenerate, Gums died. Later, its remains were consumed by Pig God, bringing an ironic end to the monstrous eater. Genos. Genos is a cyborg and the disciple of Saitama. After his hometown was destroyed by a powerful cyborg, Dr. Kuseno rebuilt him into a machine of immense power. Since then, he has been on a mission to grow stronger and find the one responsible for his past tragedy. He deeply admires Saitama, calling him master and studying his techniques, even though he struggles to understand how Saitama became so powerful. During the Monster Association, Genos meets his most devastating defeat at the hands of Garou, who has attained Cosmic Fear Mode, a state where he is granted immense power by God. Despite knowing the overwhelming power gap, Genos refuses to back down and charges at Garou with full force. In an instant, Garou counterattacks with brutal precision. He overwhelms Genos with a single strike, rendering him helpless. But instead of merely knocking him out, Garou grabs Genos and plunges his hand deep inside his body. As Saitama arrives on the battlefield, he witnesses the horrifying moment when Garou rips Genos' core straight out of his body. This core is essentially Genos' heart and power source. Without it, he cannot function. Saitama holds the glowing core in his hand as Genos' lifeless mangled body falls from the sky, crashing onto the battlefield. Sparks and fluids pour out of his heavily damaged remains, making it clear that he has been completely destroyed. Tanktop Master. Tanktop Master is an S-class hero. He is a towering, muscular man with short, dark blonde hair and brown eyes. Tanktop Master has an odd belief that true power comes from tank tops. As seen when he observes Bang dominating Metal Bat in their sparring match, he concludes that the secret to Bang's power is that he has a tank top hidden underneath. Despite his odd belief in the power of tank tops, Tanktop Master is one of the strongest physically built heroes. He can lift and throw massive objects, such as buildings and large chunks of debris, with pinpoint accuracy. During the battle against the Monster Association, Tanktop Master fought alongside other S-class heroes, but was completely overwhelmed by Fuhrer Ugly and Gums. Fuhrer Ugly crushed both of Tanktop Master's arms. As he struggled to recover, Gums bit down on him, crushing him to death, then chewed and swallowed. Zanbai. Zanbai was a skilled swordmaster and a member of the Council of Swordmasters. Zanbai is a bald man with light eyes and many scars across his head and face. When the heroes launched their attack on the Monster Association, Zanbai joined the fight alongside other swordmasters like Nichiren, Spring Mustachio, and Amahare. He helped defend against the overwhelming numbers of Black Sperm's clones, proving his high level of swordsmanship. His speed and precision allowed him to cut down multiple enemies at once. During the fight, Fuhrer Ugly arrived in his mutated form, covered in Gum's stomach acid, which made him even more dangerous. After seeing Super Alloy Darkshine severely injured by the acid, Zanbai warned the others not to engage Fuhrer Ugly without weapons. He then bravely charged at the monster with his sword. However, Fuhrer Ugly caught Zanbai's sword with his hand, and the acid covering his body instantly melted the sword. Before Zanbai could react, Fuhrer Ugly spat acid directly onto his head, melting through his skull and killing him instantly. His death was a brutal end to a fearless warrior. Vampire. Vampire, also known as Pureblood, was a member of the Monster Association. He was born as a natural monster, believing himself to be superior to all others. He views all the monsters around him as fakes and hates being around them. He would often target weaker monsters of the Monster Association as food sources. Pureblood, along with the rest of the monsters, prepares to fight the intruders when the Hero Association attacks. Sometime later, when other monsters are fighting Zombie Man, the monsters guide them to a room where Pureblood is hanging from the ceiling. The other monsters crowd in, eager to see which one of them survives and planning to feast on the weakened victor. Zombie Man asks why all of the other monsters are planning to gang up on Pureblood, and he responds by saying they're envious of his power. Pureblood states his intention to kill the other monsters when he's done and asks Zombie Man who he is. Zombie Man begins an introduction but quickly draws his 2 pistols and fires at Pureblood. However, the vampire manages to appear behind Zombie Man and bites him on his carotid artery. Surprisingly, Pureblood recoils, disgusted by the hero's surprisingly terrible tasting blood. Zombie Man reloads his pistols with more powerful bullets and fires at Pureblood, although the force of the ammo manages to break both of Zombie Man's arms. Pureblood throws the bullets back at Zombie Man, although he's surprised when he sees Zombie Man still standing. He realizes that Zombie Man is the undying S-class hero he'd heard of. The fight resumes, but Pureblood quickly finds his own regeneration outmatched by Zombie Man's. 30 minutes later, Zombie Man stands victoriously over Pureblood's bloody corpse with dead bats lying all around. The dying vampire is shocked and confused at how the hero managed to still stand, even after he'd killed him so many times. Zombie Man tells the unresponsive Pureblood that he gave him about 200 lethal wounds. The hero also noted the vampire was the strongest monster he fought in a while. Fukegao. Fukegao was a brilliant but arrogant scientist. He was responsible for creating the Biceps Brachii King steroid, a powerful drug that transformed his younger brother Marugori into a massive giant with overwhelming strength. Fukegao had a cruel and power-hungry personality. However, despite his obsession with power, he never considered using the drug himself. This suggests that he valued intelligence over physical strength and saw himself as the mastermind, while his brother was just the muscle. After Marugori consumed the steroid, he grew to the size of a skyscraper, easily destroying buildings and killing thousands. Fukegao, sitting on his brother's shoulder, cheered him on and ordered him to continue the destruction. However, when Saitama appeared on the other shoulder, Fukegao panicked and ordered Marugori to kill him. In a tragic twist, Marugori misunderstood the order and slapped the wrong shoulder, crushing Fukegao instantly. His death was ironic. Despite all his intelligence, he was killed by the very person he had tried to turn into the world's strongest being. Homeless Emperor. Homeless Emperor became homeless after being fired from his job and losing everything. Over time, he grew bitter and resentful, believing that humans had ruined the planet. Just as he was about to take his own life, a mysterious entity known as God appeared before him and granted him immense power. With this newfound strength, he decided to wipe out humanity, seeing himself as a chosen savior. Despite his confidence, he secretly feared that without his powers, he was just a weak human. This insecurity made him wary of other monsters discovering his true nature. Homeless Emperor met his end when Zombie Man pinned him down, demanding answers about the source of his powers. Before he could respond, he was suddenly transported to a strange realm where God appeared again. Without warning, God stripped him of his powers, causing his body to disintegrate on the spot. Zombie Man could only watch as the Homeless Emperor vanished. Carnage Kabuto. Carnage Kabuto was the strongest creation of Dr. Genos and the House of Evolution, classified as a dragon-level threat. He was a massive mutant, with a rhinoceros beetle-like appearance, thick armor, and enormous strength. Despite his intelligence, he was mentally unstable and violent. Leading Dr. Dr. Genos to keep him locked away. When Saitama and Genos attacked the House of Evolution, Dr. Genos released Carnage Kabuto as a last resort. Upon sensing Saitama's strength, Kabuto hesitated at first, but eventually decided to fight. He easily overpowered Genos, smashing him into a wall and shrugging off his fire attacks. However, when he attacked Saitama, he immediately sensed the overwhelming difference in power and instinctively jumped back in fear. Angered by Saitama's simple training story, Kabuto transformed into Carnage mode, making him even stronger and more monstrous. In this berserk state, he would rampage for a full week, unable to stop himself. He unleashed a brutal assault on Saitama, smashing him around the chamber. But the moment Saitama realized he forgot about a sale at the supermarket, he ended the fight with a single punch, instantly killing Carnage Kabuto by obliterating his head and upper body. Paradise Group. The Paradise Group was a terrorist organization led by Hammerhead. Their goal was to create a society where work was optional and the unemployed were fully supported. They believed in equality through wealth distribution, but their methods were extreme. They used violence to push their ideas. The group gained superhuman strength by wearing stolen battle suits developed by the organization. With these suits, they caused chaos in F-City to make their demands heard. The Paradise Group's main mission was to destroy the mansion of Zeniru, a wealthy man they saw as a symbol of inequality. As they approached their target, they easily defeated police forces and the hero Moomin Rider. However, they were stopped by Speedo Sound Sonic, a highly skilled ninja, and Zeniru's bodyguard. Sonic effortlessly eliminated all members of the Paradise Group, except for Hammerhead, who barely escaped. Fleeing for his life, Hammerhead encountered Saitama, who was angry because people kept mistaking him for a member of the group due to his bald head. Saitama destroyed Hammerhead's battle suit with a single punch, leaving him defenseless and forcing him to abandon his cause. Groribas. Groribas was a dragon-level alien warrior and a general of the Dark Matter Thieves, the space pirates who invaded Earth under Boros' command. He was one of their strongest fighters. Despite his terrifying look, Groribas had a goofy personality. As he moved to fight Saitama, he couldn't decide which attack to use, showing his indecisiveness. Groribas had many powerful techniques, including acid breath, which he claimed could melt anything. He also had various hand-to-hand combat moves, like double bite and screw-tail thrust, but he never got a chance to use them. When he finally confronted Saitama, Groribas boasted about his strength and prepared to attack. However, before he could even show his abilities, Saitama instantly beheaded him with a single punch. Eyesight. Eyesight attacked Y-City during the monster raid and had a deadly ability to paralyze her enemies using venom. After surviving an explosion from Child Emperor's Underdog Man, she transformed into a more monstrous form, gaining thicker, scale-like skin and a more snake-like face. She could sense heat, allowing her to detect enemies even if they were hiding. However, her strength was not enough against Pig God, an S-class hero with an extreme ability to consume anything. Pig God devoured Eyesight whole, killing her before she could continue her rampage. Sky King. Sky King was the ruler of the Sky Folk, a powerful race of winged beings, a humanoid bird-like creature with long hair, a wrinkled face, and sharp teeth. He had 2 sets of wings, clawed hands, and talon-like feet. He was arrogant and overconfident, believing that he and his followers were unmatched. Sky King could launch a powerful energy attack from his mouth. His energy blasts were so strong that they shook the Hero Association headquarters. However, despite his ambitions and power, Sky King met a swift and brutal end. As soon as he launched his attack, his 4 subordinates were instantly killed by an unseen enemy. Before he could even react, Melzergard, an elite warrior from Boros' invasion force, struck him down, killing him effortlessly.